Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Strange Radios. My name is Jeremy. I'm going to start a series of videos here covering my record collection. When it comes to my music collection, most of it is CDs, over 2,000 CDs. When it comes to vinyl, I don't know how many I have, but it's definitely less than 100. My last count was around 70 or 80. I don't ever actively seek out any specific record on vinyl. Vinyl, to me, is just an impulse buy every single time. And so every record I show you, I didn't seek out. I didn't go looking for these. I just happened to spot them while I was out doing music shopping and decided, for whatever reason, to pick them up. So this first video is going to be hip-hop. Rap and hip-hop. I'm breaking them up in the genre like that because I figure that's the way most people would prefer it. This is probably the smallest part of my collection as well. Like I said, most of the music I listen to is on CD. Anyways, let's get started. The first thing we're going to show is a 45. It doesn't work. It's scratched to shit. This thing is trashed. But I live in rural Ontario, Canada, and you do not often find Houdini records out in the wild. This was at a garage sale. I think for 10 cents because it's garbage. It won't play. And I thought, why the hell not? You know, you don't see hip hop vinyl out there very often where I live. So the opportunity to pick something up, even though it's unplayable, I'm still going to get it. This is the Haunted House of Rock single. Then on the back is the acapella and the instrumental versions. Or sorry, the acapella and the remix version. Houdini, classic hip hop group. This is from 1983. This song, so you know it's got it's got that early rap style. Pretty simplistic in its rhyme pattern. And this is actually a Halloween-themed hip-hop song with mentions of Dracula and the creature from the Black Lagoon and a whole bunch of weird stuff going on. I guess it's good for a novelty, but at this point, it's not really all there is. It's just a nostalgia factor. Up next, 12-inch single, A Follow the Leader by Eric B. and Rakim. You can see DJ used to own this because he wrote over it. I think he owned the next one as well. But yeah, this is just Follow the Leader, and then on the B-side is Follow the Leader a cappella, and then a dub version of it, yeah. It's stamped with for promotion only. Gold stamp up there. I'm not going to take it out of the sleeve. Every record I own is black, except for, I think, maybe one or two. So yeah, I'm not ever going to pull them out. There's no point. Houdini from 83. And then this came out in 1988, and yeah, 5 years makes a hell of a lot of difference in terms of the rhyme patterns and the rapping style and even the beats. Like, it's just night and day. Still, late 80s, classic hip-hop, EPMD, Strictly Business. This also has a promotional stamp on it, but there's nowhere else on the record or the sleeve that suggests it's a promo copy, and it really throws me off that being on there. While EPMD and Eric B. and Rakim sort of dealt with more heavy subject matter at times, this next record from 1989 is a true hip-hop record in the sense that it's party music. It's all about the party. Masters of the Rhythm by DJ Chuck Chillout and Cool Chip. Like I said, this is just a party album. It's fun, fun 80s hip-hop. Now we're jumping a couple decades ahead to the self-titled debut from Run the Jewels. I don't know how, but somehow I missed this album. I wasn't aware of Run the Jewels until Run the Jewels 2 was on its way out. And how I missed an LP and Killer Mike collab, I don't know. But yeah, so I got Run the Jewels 2 on CD, and then I found this in stores. Didn't own it on CD yet, so I thought I'd buy. It came with a digital download, and then a few months later, I found it on CD and bought it again. So I've spun this maybe twice. Not the best Run the Jewels album. In fact, it's probably their worst, even though it's still fucking awesome. The only thing I don't like about this record is the features. They don't do anything for me. I'd rather it just be, on this album anyways, just be Mike and L. The subsequent records do have better features, and they don't bother me near as much. I got 2 more records to show here, and they're not rap. They're not hip-hop even, really. But they sort of stand alone in my record collection. Like I said, I don't have that many records, and these 2 records are just by themselves, so I don't really know where to throw them in. And since it's a short video at this point, I thought I'd throw them in on this one. So this is Sbisa. This is a self-titled compilation of some sort. I was in a record store, and the album cover is what drew me into it. I was like, man, this looks really cool. And I didn't know what it was, and the guy selling it didn't know what it was, so he gave it to me for free. So, and I guess this is what you'd call Afrobeat. I remember reading up on the guys, and from what I understand, it's a few guys from Africa and a few guys from the Caribbean who met together in England, I think, and formed this band, which is a mix of African music, Caribbean music, jazz, and progressive rock in this weird confluence of sounds and influences, but it works. It's pretty interesting. I know this has been sampled, not this particular album, but this band has been sampled quite a bit. Yeah, check it out. It's it's an interesting listen. And the last thing I'm going to show you here is Paul Robeson live in London from the Royal Albert Hall. Paul Robeson, I was first aware of him through an interview that Tom Morello did with Nardwuar, the Human Serviette, and he mentioned Paul Robeson as an influence. And a little while later, I saw this in the store, and I figured, hey, why not? I'll take a chance on it. And for years now, I've only known Paul Robeson as a singer. But in preparing for this video, I did a little reading up on him, and I am just woefully ignorant of what this man has done. I really, really need to figure out more about Paul Robeson, because he's a fascinating individual. Was a valedictorian in his college, got scholarships for football. He was a professional football player. He was a musician and a very talented singer with a very deep baritone singing voice. He was an accomplished actor. He was a political activist, and he traveled internationally to give speeches and to do performances. And just all around, this guy was just an incredible human being. And why I don't know about him yet, I have no good reason. But yeah, for years now, I've just thought of him as a singer. And this isn't music that I would typically listen to either. I do enjoy his voice, and I do respect the craft, but this isn't something that I would throw on very often. It's just not my style. But like I said, this is something I picked up on a whim, like every other album I own, just on a quick impulse. And that's it for today. That's it for part 1 here. Thanks for watching. Don't know which genre I'm going to do next, but we'll work our way through it. We'll get through it. So yeah, thanks for watching. Any comments, feel free to leave them below. And that just about does it. This has been Strange Radios. Stranger, adios.